How can you make sure that you don't gain 5 to 10 pounds in the month of December? Today, I'm really excited to talk about how to not gain 5 to 10 pounds in December, because this is the time of year. The time that this episode is releasing is on Wednesday, December 6th. So you guys need this for the home stretch of the calendar year. We need this for these last 4 weeks, because most Americans do. They do gain 5 to maybe upwards of 15 pounds during the last few months of the year. I mean, there's honestly really no mystery as to why, with Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas being back to back to back to back. People are always subject to parties and candy and sweets and all that kind of stuff. But now that we're in the home stretch of Q4, you've come this far. We want to make sure that we don't finish 2023 on a bad note, because most people start off the calendar year trying to correct what they did in the last month, 2 months, or 3 months of the year. And you don't want to be that person. You want to go into the next year feeling really great, feeling like you've accelerated any kind of progress, or you've maybe maintained the progress that you gained all year long, because a lot of you guys over the 11 months of this year have done so well. Don't throw it all away, because you can. Don't throw it all away in 1 month. I would love for you to set the goal of maintaining where you currently are at with your health and fitness. Maybe that's the number on the scale. Maybe that's your performance and your strength or anything like that. But maybe set the goal to just maintain where you're currently at, so that you don't go into January feeling frustrated, because be different. Be better than that. If you're listening to this podcast, you are better than that. You are the type of person who is looking to improve yourself. So today I'm going to talk through a few different reasons why people do add 5 to 10 pounds in December, and how you can make sure you make different decisions so that you can maintain your weight, or maybe even lose some during these last almost 31 days left in the calendar year. So how can you avoid weight gain and achieve health throughout the Christmas season and the holiday season? Number one thing to think about is holiday parties. Now, there are no shortages of Friendsgiving, Secret Santas, white elephants, and Christmas parties that you might be going to this last month of the year. And let's just be honest, most of these parties are centered around food and alcohol, and there's really nothing wrong with that. Like, I love these parties too. I love the food and I drink alcohol, but there's a way to approach it so that it doesn't cause you to gain unnecessary weight. So I'm going to list a few different things here that you can apply. I'm not saying you need to apply all 7 of these things, but there might be 1 or 2 in here that you're like, you know what, I can do that. Or there might be one that you can apply to one party, another that you can apply to another party. And if you write these things down and have them handy on a Post-it note by your desk or wherever, where you can be reminded of them, then you can apply them on a case-by-case situation. So here are a few tips to how to approach holiday parties. Number 1, you might just work out longer and harder that particular day. Number 2, you might eat a healthy meal before you actually go to the party itself. That's one of my favorite things to do, and that's one of the favorite things that my clients like to do, is eat before you go, because that way you are in control of what it is that is going in your mouth, and you're not hoping that they have healthy options wherever you go. Number 3, avoid the BS store-bought Christmas cookies that, let's be honest, aren't even that good. One of my rules is that if somebody makes a homemade dessert or treat, and it looks really good and that I might love it, then I might be going for it. But if it's a store-bought thing that is probably not going to be very good, then I'm going to stay away from it. Number 4, go in with some sort of alcohol game plan. That could be sticking to 1, 2, or 3 drinks or cocktails at that particular party, or whatever number is most appropriate for you. Or maybe it's, I'm going to drink a glass of water in between drinks, or in between every other drink, or whatever that looks like for you. Just go in with some sort of intentional game plan when it comes to alcohol. Number 5 is eat the protein and the veggies first at whatever party it is that you go to. Number 6, sit down with a plate to eat and don't graze. I know this is one of the most difficult things for me, is just picking up food that's sitting out there and maybe like buffet style or around a round table and just picking food left and right. I like to try to be intentional with getting a plate, putting a bunch of food on it, all the food on it, go sit down, eat, and then call it a day. Or don't allow myself to eat while standing up, only eat while sitting down. And then lastly, number 7 is don't fall into peer pressure. Most people are going to gain this 3, 4, 5, 6 to 10 pounds this month of the year, because they're unable to resist temptation when it comes to the sweets and the alcohol and all the different parties that they have going on. So don't be like most people. Again, pick and choose one or multiple of these that work best for you and apply them on a case-by-case basis over these next few weeks. So that was number one, holiday parties. Number two is gifts. Now, what I mean by that is one of the things that honestly like grinds my gears, like honestly just pisses me off most during the holiday season is how many people gift people with unhealthy sweets. And if you're watching on video on YouTube, I'm using gift in parentheses because for me personally, it's honestly not a gift. Like I don't look forward to that. I throw it away oftentimes. As I said before, if it's a homemade dessert or treat or whatever that I feel like I might really enjoy, then I might go for it. But if it's a store-bought thing that's probably not even going to be that good, then I'm most likely going to throw it out. And be okay with putting in the trash can. I feel like a lot of us feel like we are wasting food, and most of us feel guilty if we throw it in the trash, but don't feel guilty. And you'll feel more guilty when you wake up on January 1st having added on the 5 to 10 pounds that you spent the whole year losing. And I would recommend don't pawn it off on somebody else. If you are going to feel too guilty throwing it away, sure, bring it to a school, do something like that and pawn it off on somebody else. But then you're just giving them the problem. And don't give them the problem or the temptation or the added fat and unnecessary weight in December. Just throw it away. Just throw it away. Maybe if it's homemade, go for it. If not, throw it away. That's my rule. Now, number three is around your exercise schedule. Now, during the holiday season, so many of our schedules get thrown completely out of whack. Our work schedules are different. Kids might be out of school. We're staying up later than normal because of parties. Whatever the reason is, so many of our schedules are completely out of whack. Our routines are out of whack, and that causes our exercise to go down. So not only oftentimes are people eating more sweets, drinking more alcohol, just eating more food in general, but their exercise and their movement goes down. So find a way to not slip out of your routine by creating structure for yourself. I think oftentimes we love the idea of no structure. We love the idea of not having to do anything on a particular day or on a particular weekend. But when we're actually living it out, I really believe that most of us have less happiness than we think we're going to have with a lack of structure. So what I would say is just provide yourself with some sort of structure, with some sort of routine. Whether that is making breakfast or going to the gym or going on a walk, create some sort of structure for yourself that you can be consistent with, that allows you to maintain movement as part of your regular routine on a day-to-day basis. I'm telling you guys, during this last 4 weeks of the year, during this holiday season, do not be like most people. Don't be like most people. Most people are going to add that weight. Most people are not going to be able to say no to sweets. They're not going to be able to say no to alcohol, but you guys are different. If you're listening to the Best You podcast, you are different. You are the type of person who is going to prioritize their health. You are the type of person who's willing to make smart decisions. Now, look, it's finding a balance always during holiday season. I'm not saying never have sweets, never have alcohol, never indulge a little bit. But if you just always fall subject to the I just want to enjoy holiday season, then you're not going to enjoy January. You're not going to be happy with yourself in the beginning of next year. So do some of these things that I talked about. Make sure that when you're going to holiday parties, go in with a plan. Make sure if somebody is giving you gifts of crappy sweets, let's be honest, throw them away. Be okay with throwing them away. And find a way to maintain structure and routine with your exercise schedule and your movement schedule on a day-to-day basis and on a weekly basis. Don't hope to be healthier during this holiday season because hoping's not going to get you there. Commit to being healthier, and you will be. And the January 22nd 10-week transformation is finally open for registration. If you want to start 2024 by forming habits that are going to last you throughout the entire year, then sign up for the January 22nd 10WT so you can look and feel like your best you in 10 weeks. All you have to do is go to nickcarrier.com/10WT to sign up today. This is your year. 2024 might be your year to lose 10 to 30 pounds if that's been your goal. It might be your year to finally make living a healthy lifestyle simple. And if you want to, you can sign up both virtually or for an in-person group here in Nashville. All you got to do is go to nickcarrier.com/10WT to sign up today. Again, nickcarrier.com/10WT to sign up today. Make sure you make some of these great decisions so you can be great in December and go into 2024 feeling great. To not losing 5 to 10 pounds and going into 2024 feeling great and continuing to work to get closer and closer to your best you.